Good morning.
Good morning, and welcome to Second Chances Farm. We are in the East Side Second Chances Farm kitchen. I'm here with Susan Teiser, the chef and owner and all-around everything at Centerville Cafe in Centerville, Delaware. And today she's going to be preparing a wonderful dish with looks like a massive variety of some of the crops that come out of our farm here. So what are you going to be cooking today?
We're going to be using the Kamala Fearless Fusion Blend as a marinade for our shrimp. They've actually spent the night with Iqf Shrimp and the marinade, so that as the shrimp have defrosted, we have immediate sauce and liquid, no added work required.
And so what is Iqf Shrimp for those of us who don't know?
It stands for individually quick frozen.
Okay.
And Iqf shrimp are what you want to do. They're available in any grocery store, freezer case, and they're worth a little bit of extra money, but they shouldn't cost more.
Awesome.
It maintains the integrity of the shrimp.
Gotcha.
We're going to put that over a little bit of linguine, and then do a quick saute with some of the herbs and vegetables to garnish, with a little bit of black garlic on top.
And black garlic, which is another subsidiary of Second Chances Farm. Black crack is a trademark name that includes black garlic with some salt and some other spices in it, and it's really lovely. Black garlic is a fermented garlic that takes a couple months to prepare. It has amazing nutritional value, more so than regular garlic, and it's got a really good flavor. So what do we do first here?
All right, well, we took a head start on our pasta, and then we've got a nice, lovely wok here. Could we put that over there? I believe you can never go wrong with butter, and I always recommend working with unsalted butter. You can always add more salt, but if you start with regular household butter, sometimes it's very hard to calibrate how much salt is in a food item, and you often end up over-salting it. To make sure the butter doesn't burn, I also add a little bit of, this is a neutral oil, like a canola. We're going to turn this burner down just a little bit. You can show me how to do that. Yeah, it lets the butter melt, it doesn't affect the flavor, and it still continues to infuse with the butter flavor, but it doesn't burn.
Awesome.
Simple, easy tricks.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah, you should steal everything. I'm going to ask you to keep an eye on the pasta since you're on that side of the cooking space. And then over here, we're just warming a pan. We're going to do a finish with some of these beautiful herbs and vegetables to garnish the top of the shrimp. So now that this is hot, I'm going to take the shrimp that have spent the night in a plastic bag. And again, this is just the blend. I did add a little bit of extra olive oil and a little bit of brown sugar, because this spice has quite a kick. It is serious.
We sort of glazed over this in the past, but what she's talking about is this Kamala Fearless Fusion Blend that is being released on January 20th, the day of the inauguration, by Second Chances Farm, along with its partner spice, Joe No Malarkey Blend, which is a salt-free chicken rub, nice and American, just like Joe. And you can get those online at secondchancesspicefarm.com, and they will be shipped out on the day of inauguration, January 20th.
And I'm sorry you're not here, because the aromatics on this in the pot, in the pan, are just fabulous. It's a really rich, heavy, spicy, lot of sweetness, but you know there's a kick to go with it. And we're just going to let that mind its own business for a while, because the shrimp have been in the marinade overnight in the refrigerator. That's all that's required. This is like the easiest way to make a really richly infused flavor shrimp or any other seafood, but you have to have something that is sturdy enough to stand up to an overnight marinade.
So it doesn't just fall apart.
Doesn't melt away.
Right.
You know, you could do this an hour or two in advance with any firm fleshed fish or seafood item, or even chicken. You could put chicken in a Ziploc, or excuse me, in a plastic bag overnight with the same marinade, and it will infuse overnight. So chicken is another alternative for any of you who have shellfish allergies. That makes it very easy and adaptable.
And real quick, what did you put in there along with the Kamala spice?
I used a lot of the Kamala spice.
Yeah.
And I just added a little bit of olive oil and a little bit more brown sugar to bring up the sweetness. And then you saw I put butter in the pan, which will come across in the flavor, and this is going to take a minute or two. In the meantime, we've got these gorgeous, beautiful vegetables, and you can talk about what these are
Well,
and what they taste like, because they're just lovely.
Like you are cutting up now. This is the red mammoth cabbage, which is not what you would think of as a traditional cabbage. You know, you usually get cabbage in a head. This is sort of a leafy cabbage. It's got some really nice color to it, some bright red stems, and a soft green leaf.
It tastes almost like cross between a green and a red cabbage.
Right.
It has much stronger flavor than green cabbage, which can sometimes disappear or become invisible.
Right.
And then this, I think, is so much fun.
This is Chinese celery, which, much like regular celery, has a celery flavor.
Right.
But it's got real thin stems and a real strong flavor. And you can use the leaves, you can use the stalk.
And the leaves look like giant, really perfect cilantro almost.
Cilantro or parsley, but
Yeah.
more like cilantro, I would say.
Yeah,
Right.
because of the curve on the leaf. And it tastes just like real celery.
Just like
Which is
real celery.
really
just
fun.
like the real thing.
You like the real thing. Is it baby celery?
So it's a younger celery.
Okay, so
but
does
it's
all
actually-
celery start this way?
It all starts sort of like that. But Chinese celery is just sort of a slightly different cultivar, you might say,
Okay.
variety.
And you can see the shrimp are beginning to develop a little color. Another thing with shrimp or anything else where you've had it in a marinade, you have to realize that it's already partly cooked because of the marinade. So it doesn't look like it's fully cooked. But the minute you get the visual, you want to take it off the heat right away.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
that it doesn't overcook.
reddish,
See, and it's already getting a little pink there.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know this area, our business is a tiny little business just outside of Greenville, Delaware, at the northern end of the state. And we go anywhere, we do anything, we do whatever anybody wants us to do. We're constantly inventing new dishes. And instead of using red onion, which I was going to use, I'm using some shallot, which is, again, very, very important and a fabulous flavor. Shallot brings out all of the sharpness of an allium, which that's the Latin family for onions, but it has a lot of sweetness. It brings out sugar very, very quickly, and so shallots are worth the effort to peel them. And this is just a quick julienne. And then what do you think? Should we do the broccoli and the celery in here?
You're the chef. You know best.
Well, let's give it a try.
Why not?
Let's put it all in. And I chopped a little bit of this before we started filming. We'll see what the flavor, oh, it smells great. And then we also have some of what you call bunching onions, which look like chives, but taste more like a scallion.
Correct.
And so they're kind of a petite version because I had brought some what are technically called iceless green onions or scallions. And so you can see the difference in size and color. I also brought a little bit of fresh grated ginger, which is always a nice thing to put in food. Again, it just smells so good.
So this is like a mix between like an Asian dish and also an Italian dish?
It is, right? Why not?
I like that.
Well, noodles are present all over the world, and they make everything better. And then I took some of the blend, and that should be pretty much turned down or off. And I took the blend and I added a little bit more olive oil and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. And what else did we put in here?
Vinegar?
Apple cider vinegar. A little bit of apple cider vinegar to make it a little bit more like a dressing. and just to kind of finish that off. So we can turn everything off.
Everything off?
Yep.
And you want this pasta on the plate?
Yes, please. And you can see how much sauce you get.
Yeah.
So what we should have also brought were some baguettes, you know, some really nice freshly baked breads. You can also serve this in a bowl if you have a big, you know, round loaf of bread that you hollow out the center, and then the sauce just goes right into the bread. Yeah, it's just pretty wonderful.
We have with us Kevin here, who works in the farm, who's also our restaurant liaison, who deals with all the chefs in the area for us and helps to get our produce out there.
And you brought herbs to me.
I brought herbs to you, that is correct.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So what we have here, Susan, you want to tell me what you have, what you've made
Sure.
for us, and he can give it a try.
All right, we have some simple linguine, very easy. And in the center, we have shrimp that have been in an overnight marinade with the Kamala Fearless Fusion spice blend. I added a little bit more brown sugar and a little bit more olive oil. And they actually defrosted in a plastic bag overnight in the refrigerator. So painless, you don't have any other work to do. You can make this at home every night. If you don't like shrimp, you can use chicken. Boneless, skinless breasts of chicken would be fine, or thighs. And then on top, we sauteed a number of the beautiful herbs and vegetables grown here. The Chinese celery, the cabbage,
Yep.
the bunching onions,
Onions.
and I added a little bit of shallot and ginger, fresh grated
Right.
ginger to it. So
I like the fact that chefs always say it's really simple.
it is.
The pasta to make is really simple. And it is,
It
but
is.
it's also easy to mess up, too.
Well,
True.
you have to practice more.
That is true. I need more time off in which to practice cooking.
Or you can just call me.
Or
We'll make it for you. You know, it is a business. We're trying to
needed a
help that.
spoon for this
You must not be
pasta.
Italian.
You can use your fingers. Go for it, Evan. It's got a kick.
Yes, it does.
Does
This
it?
is a relief.
I love a cake.
Yeah, it should have a kick.
It does. The kick comes at the end,
Yes.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, it's a really nice
Yeah,
blend.
absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to get another shrimp there. That's quite nice. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Wonderful,
Thanks for the
Susan.
opportunity.
Thank you so much.
We're delighted. Anything we can do to help you.